104 to 106.
Cork's RedFM.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, myself personally, I don't have a league medal, so obviously it's one you'd like to add to the collection. I remember being at the game in '98 and watching Dermot O'Sullivan lift the cup. So I mean, obviously it's a huge motivational factor for us going out Sunday. The fact that we have that, probably 95% of us on the panel don't have a league medal.
How have preparations gone over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, preparation's gone good. I suppose we picked up a few kind of injuries on the way and stuff like that, but that just goes with kind of tough training, and it just shows the intensity that we are playing and training at the moment. But in fairness, now we've had a good league campaign, and we're all looking forward to the game Sunday.
There's been a lot of talk in the media about this, the timing of the game, 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening. It's been a lot of opposition to it, certainly from the Galway side anyway. How are the players looking at it? Does it make any difference to you?
Sure, look, I mean, there's not much we can do about it really. The GA sets the times, obviously there's the factor of the Munster game and stuff like that. But, we can't really concentrate on that. If we do, we're thinking about the wrong thing. We're just thinking about performing against Galway on Sunday, 7 o'clock start. I mean, we've played qualifier games over the last couple of years where we played at that time. I mean, you always have a club championship games on at that time, so I don't kind of see it being any real problem for us.
Obviously you played Galway 2 weeks ago in the final Division 1 game. Two probably very different teams were out that day compared to what maybe you'll be playing on Sunday, so I doubt that'll give them much of a psychological advantage. Yeah,
certainly. It was kind of two different teams to probably watch you see Sunday, but I mean, you probably had two different teams going out with kind of different aspirations. You had a lot of guys fighting for spots there and for the league final Sunday. So I mean that game kind of last Sunday week was very valuable to us, and it was certainly a game that we were disappointed to lose, but we've a chance now to kind of redeem ourselves on Sunday against Galway again.
It's been a very good league campaign overall for Cork. Obviously went unbeaten up until that Galway game, which was insignificant in the end. I suppose the main two positives from the league were the wins over Kilkenny and Tip. Did those wins kind of restore any belief in you as players?
Well, I suppose it definitely gave us kind of confidence going forward. I mean, when you're playing the likes of Tip and Kilkenny, it's very important that you do come away with a win, no matter when you're playing them, if it's the opening of a pitch or whether it's a league game or a championship game. Anytime you kind of beat Kilkenny and Tip, you always come away with a bit of confidence. So it was great, I mean, even for the crowd, on both occasions, they really got behind the team, and it was fantastic coming off the field at the end with the 2 points which we set out to do.
Do you think those wins maybe sent out a message to the rest of the country? I mean, will it stand for much come championship?
I don't think it will stand for much really. I mean, I don't think kind of Kilkenny and Tip will be too worried about what happens in kind of February, March or April. They're concentrating on their championship run from here on in. Obviously it's good for us going forward knowing that we can beat the likes of Kilkenny and Tip. But I mean, when it comes to championship, and particularly on May the 30th against Tip, I don't think that they'll be worrying too much about it.
How are you feeling at the moment about your own personal form? Seems to be a lot of competition in the forwards this year. Guys like Paddy Sullivan, Patrick Horgan playing very well. Are you confident you can nail down that starting place?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, all I can do is put my best foot forward, and I mean, training's going well for me at the moment. I'm probably in good physical condition, good mental condition, and certainly looking forward to the game Sunday. Hopefully I'll get the nod to start, and if I do, I'll be looking forward to it and hopefully making an impact for whatever role the management want me to do.
How have things changed for you in the camp since you were appointed captain?
To be honest, there's not too much of change really. Obviously you'd have a few extra media duties and stuff like that, but in terms of your day-to-day running, have you just gone down training and performing in training, there's no real difference. At the end of the day, it's up to me to kind of make sure that I'm in right fettle come the league final and championship. So in terms of your kind of day-to-day duties, going down training, I mean, bar turning up, there's not much real difference
What are you expecting from Galway on Sunday evening? Obviously they're a very, very good side. A lot of people would say that if you go towards stopping Joe Canning that you've got half the work done, but there's a lot more to Galway than that.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, obviously Joe is kind of he's a special talent. We all know what he can do. But when you look around the rest of their forward line, you've Niall Healy, who was particularly impressive the last day against us. You've Earl Tanyan, who's been kind of on and off their team for all year. You've Angus Canlin. I mean, they have plenty of forwards who can do damage. But I suppose the one kind of real aspect that stands out for them over the last kind of maybe 6-9 months, a year, is the fact that they work very hard as a team, and you know, that was particularly noticeable the last day up in Galway. You know, that they were throwing the ball around and they weren't too concerned about who got the scores. And you know, I suppose going forward we just have to be aware that you know, if you get too bogged down and trying to mark the likes of Joe, that you know, the likes of Angus, Niall Healy and earlier, these guys will punish you.
How much are you enjoying being part of this Cork panel at the moment? I mean, going back just over a year ago, there was turmoil obviously with the whole situation off the field, but now we're back to what it's all about, the brass tacks, into a league final, and everybody's feeling fairly positive about the year ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you know, since you know, you were kind of 6 or 7, all you dreamed about is playing with Cork, like, you know, and things haven't changed. You know, at the start of the year, all you want to do is just be involved with Cork, and you know, we're certainly delighted to be involved in a league final. You know, we're really looking forward to it, and you know, these are great days. Anytime you're in a build up to a league final, you know, the great days in your life, and you know, just ones to be enjoyed, and hopefully if we get to win Sunday we can enjoy it even more.
And obviously it's great to have gotten as far as he possibly could in the league, and a win on Sunday would be a huge bonus. And you've still got a 4-week gap as well to that tip game, so it's a huge bonus to have competitive hurling right up until the start of May, and then it gives you a nice little transition into championship as well. Yeah,
certainly. I mean, Sunday's going to be a huge test for us. It's going to be the closest thing to championship that we've played all year, and it's, you know, it'll be a huge kind of indication of where we are in terms of our team, you know, and it'll be the closest thing that we can get to championship. So when you can play in a league final, you know, you should go for it and take the chance, and it'll show what kind of position we're in for May 30th.
Just finally, Kieran, how much would it mean to you as a SARS man, and how much would it mean to you and your club if you could, you know, climb the steps up in Thurles on Sunday and lift that cup?
You know, obviously it'd be a huge honour anytime you can captain Cork in anything really. It's fantastic. To think that you'd have the chance of lifting a national title and a National Hurling League title, you know, it would be huge. And you know, it's obviously something that you would have dreamed of since you were a young kid. So it's certainly something that I'm looking forward to. And hopefully, if we get the performance on Sunday, we'll be coming away with the win.
104 to 106.
Cork's Red FM.